The Unseen Passenger, a Haunting Presence. My name is Michael, and what I'm about to share is a chilling account of the relentless terror that unfolded when an unseen passenger invaded my life. It began innocently enough, a move to a charming old house in a quaint town. Little did I know the house held a sinister secret, one that would unravel my sense of reality and plunge me into a nightmare beyond imagination. The house, with its time-worn charm and creaking floorboards, had been my dream home. As I settled in, I noticed odd occurrences, a flicker of movement in the corner of my eye, objects shifting on their own, and an unsettling feeling of being watched. At first, I brushed them off as mere tricks of the mind, but the unease grew steadily. Nighttime was when the true horror began. I would wake up to an icy chill, a presence looming over me in the darkness. My breath caught in my throat as I realized I was not alone. A figure, barely visible in the shadows, stood at the foot of my bed. It radiated malevolence, a darkness that seemed to seep into every corner of the room. As days turned into weeks, the presence became more demanding. Whispers echoed in my ears, sinister and unintelligible. I felt its icy fingers brush against my skin, a tactile reminder of its ever-present watchfulness. Sleep became a luxury, as each night was marred by the dread of encountering the unseen passenger. Desperation led me to seek answers. I delved into the town's history, poring over records and talking to locals. I learned that the house had a history of tragedy. A previous resident had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of fear and rumors of a malevolent spirit. The pieces of the puzzle began to fit, and I realized that I was not the first to be tormented by the unseen passenger. Determined to confront the presence, I turned to mediums and paranormal experts, hoping to banish it from my home. But with each attempt, the entity grew more powerful, its grip on my reality tightening. It taunted me, manipulating objects and casting eerie shadows, a relentless reminder of its dominance. My sanity frayed at the edges as I battled the unseen passenger. Sleep deprivation and fear became my constant companions, and the lines between reality and nightmare blurred. The entity's whispers grew louder, its demands more insistent, and I felt myself slipping further into its clutches. In my darkest moment, I stumbled upon an old journal hidden beneath the floorboards. The journal belonged to the previous occupant, the one who had vanished. As I read the entries, a horrifying truth emerged. The unseen passenger was the vengeful spirit of a tormented soul, seeking retribution for the injustices it had suffered. Armed with this knowledge, I concocted a desperate plan. I gathered items that held significance to the spirit and ventured into the attic, the epicenter of its haunting. With a trembling voice, I pleaded for forgiveness, acknowledging the pain it had endured. The air grew heavy and the room seemed to pulse with energy. And then, in an instant, the presence vanished. The atmosphere lifted, the shadows receded, and I was left standing alone, my heart pounding in my chest. The unseen passenger had finally been laid to rest, its torment quelled by the acknowledgement of its suffering. As I write this account, the house remains a place of quietude, free from the malevolent entity that once plagued my existence. The unseen passenger's reign of terror has come to an end, leaving behind a chilling reminder of the thin veil between the living and the restless spirits that linger beyond. Remember that the line between reality and the supernatural is fragile, and the unseen passenger may linger where we least expect it, waiting to remind us of the terrors that can lurk just beyond our perception.